Okay, so we're back here now, and I just want to show you everything is working, just to make sure. We got radios working, power's there, everything's fine. So the idea here is to remove both panels, the left and right panel, and then the top. What I got myself is this little tool, which is great because it's plastic, so it won't scratch any of the finish panels, and it's really thin on the side. So first place I'm going to start is right here at the bottom. So you just got to pop it up a bit, just gentle. Take the side off like this, lay it on the side. Do the same thing with this side panel, remove it, put it on the side too. Now the top here is kind of tricky because there's some lip here that are attached to the bottom. You got to pop these first. So what you do is you just go in there underneath and then just pop gently the top here like that. And then you lift it and then just pull. That's how it is. Now what you want to do here is there's 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take those screws off. They're size 10 millimeter because it's metric system from Japan. So you just take those 4 off. Once you take those 4 off, just pull on the radio, and then you have your connectors in the back. And the way the connectors are is just these little tabs that you got to pull on. So just pull 1, 2, and then there's a third one here, and this is your radio antenna. And there comes the radio. Make sure you take off your DVD because I forgot the DVD earlier, so I had to take it out and plug it back in to be able to take the DVD, not the DVD, but the CD out. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and plug in or put in the face panel, and then I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so here's a little custom thing I want to show you guys is that I want to have my iPod. I like to have my iPhone right in here in that little compartment usually. So what I do is what I did is I took this off and I drilled a hole. And the way to take it off was a bit hard. You have to take the screw off. You got to take the 4 screws off from the temperature console, and you take these off. That's pretty simple. What was really hard was this here. So you have to unscrew this until it comes off. Then you have to put your emergency brake, put it down to lower to the 2L here, so you can actually pull it out through there. So you have to put in your key, bring it down to all the way down here, and then you have to pry the corners and then slowly pull everything off, and then it comes off pretty easily. So you see what I did is I made this hole right here. I made this hole right here to be able to pass the cable. I had to make it big enough so this would pass right through. So once this is passed through, I'll be able to put it back here and then fish the wire to come all the way up to here to the radio right on top. Alright, so that's it for my little my custom setup. Is to be able to put the GPS right up here. I want to be out of the way, maybe hidden. So what I need to do is I have to be able to fish the wire through here and then go on the side panel inside here and come and connect it on this end. I got to connect it behind the radio. So the way to open up the glove compartment is you open this up and then you hold these 2 corners, this side and this side here, and you pinch it inside and then it'll come up. Now you have access to the whole underneath. You have all that room here to get access to. The other thing I like to do here is there's a side panel. So all you have to do is open it. It's going to be pretty easy just to pop open like this. So I'll fish the wire through here and we'll be set. Okay, so I'm almost done here. I soldered all the correct speaker with the front, the rear, left and right. The power, the ignition, and all that. I just thought I'd take a few seconds just to show you quickly how to solder it for those that have never done it before. I like to use these really small soldering. It's a 0.38, which is really useful because what I do is I just wrap my wire in it. Once I've connected them, what I do is I'll cut a small piece like this, and then I'll wrap it around just like this. A lot of people will say that they do it differently. I just like to do it this way because it just seeps through the wire so much easier and it stays connected longer that way. So just wrap it until it's you're pretty satisfied with it. I'm overdoing it right now, but it's fine. So you do it like this, and then what you do is you take your soldering iron, and then you just leave it like this, and don't leave it for too long because then obviously it'll burn the wire. And especially if there's a fuse next to it, don't make it for too long because you might burn the fuse. So just enough like that, and there you go, it's done. And now what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to wrap each individual wire with tape. That way it's not going to obviously connect or touch each other and create a short. Right, and that's it. Alright, so I just finished mounting the faceplate that I bought online with the radio. I had to sort of make an extra hole here, make it a little bit larger so I was able to mount it the way I want in an angle, because I want it to be sort of like with this curve because it sticks out too much. I also pushed the radio as far as I could inside because I don't really care about removing the faceplate every time. And now obviously I can't access the button underneath, which is fine because that's how I want it. I passed the USB cable and I dropped it into the glove box. So if ever I want to plug in a USB key for music or videos or whatnot, I could just leave it in the glove compartment and not worry about it. So now I'm going to make sure I plug the GPS cable, the Ipod cable, and the antenna, and then we'll be ready to go. So I'm just going to put that back in here, put the 4 screws in, and then it should be ready to test drive it. Take a quick look on what it looks like. Should take off this here plastic. So here's that's the MP3 player, which I've connected at the bottom here. It goes in that little compartment I showed you guys earlier. Navigate through different. This is Bluetooth. Haven't set it up yet. This is auxiliary. That will be the backup camera. TV. I don't have a TV antenna, so that won't work. This is DVD. Press play. So I set it up to be able to see the daylight now. It's nice and bright. But so this would be DVD in DVD mode. Go to the next screen. This is the radio. Now the radio, I've had problems with it in terms of being able to find a working channel. It found like maybe 1 or 2, so I'm gonna have to see if there's any other settings I have to change and see if I did anything wrong. It might also need a amplifier, like a signal amplifier, because the radio might not have a good FM tuner in it and it's not strong enough. And I'll play around with it and see and let you guys know. And back to my iPod here. Now if you flick it down like this, you have access to all the same menus but with a nicer interface. If I press on this here, I could change my background. And there's the dimmer here for nighttime. Off, back to on. So that's pretty cool. Like GPS, I've tried around a little bit with the GPS. This is exactly where it looked at, and so far, I mean, I didn't drive around with it, so I can't tell you if it's really good or not. But again, I'll give you guys a review in about a month or so and let you know how I liked it or not liked it. So anyways, other than that, it looks pretty clean. I'm pretty happy the way it turned out. It's aftermarket, but it still fits really nice in here. And that's it. So hopefully this was really useful for you guys. If you have any questions, just write them at the bottom and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Thanks, bye.